BlogaFam! Na-miss niyo ba ako? Na-miss ko kayong lahat. Hello, BlogaFam. Happy Friday and happy last episode ng May! Grabe, eto na ata yung isa sa mga pinaka-paborito kong araw ng Mayo kasi magkikita-kita na ulit tayo after a long while. Hello sa lahat ng BlogaFam natin na nanonood at nasa comment section. Hello sa inyong lahat. Grabe, na-miss ko talaga kayo. Sa sobrang na-miss ko kayo. Nagsalamin na ako. Bakit ba tayo nakasalamin, BlogaFam? Kasi the future is bright. It's so bright. Yung ring light ko lang pala yung bright. Hello, BlogaFam! Grabe, na-miss ko talaga kayo. Makachikahan, makakwentuhan. At syempre, na-miss ko din magkaroon ng maraming experiences with our special guests dito sa mga Bloga Live episodes natin. Grabe, parang naiiyak ata ako. Welcome back to me. Sa lahat ng nakamiss sa akin, please press 1. May nagwa-1 ba? Bakit walang nagwa-1? Hindi yung ba ako na-miss? Mag-1 kayo! Yan, joke lang. Ayan naman, na-miss ko talaga kayo. At syempre ngayon, dahil nagbabalik tayo, gusto ko ang pag-usapan natin sa episode natin ngayon ay talagang nakaka-good vibes, nakaka-wala ng stress, at Hindi ko na talaga alam yung gusto kong sabihin dito, no? Nasa dulo ng dila ko pakihatak, oo. Ano yung Tagalog ng sanity? Basta, yun hindi tayo maloloka. Ang pag-uusapan natin, hello, Miss Lara. Welcome to our Bloga Live episode tonight. Ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon ay may kinalaman sa mga nakakapagpatanggal nga ng stress natin. Winner daw ang shades ko. The future is bright, Miss Lara. And I think it's color blue. So, ayun nga, ang pag-uusapan natin ay may kinalaman sa mga malalapit sa puso natin, ang ating mga pets! Ayan, at speaking of pets, marami kayong makikitang pets mamaya. Bukod sa pag-uusapan natin yung mga pets natin at kung ano-ano pa nga para mapangalagaan natin sila, ipapakilala ko muna sa inyo yung pet ko. Sino ready makilala yung pet ko? Dali! Mag-press 1 kayo, dali! Yes! Hi, Janik! Summer vibes. Summer na talaga. Alam niyo kung ba't ako nag-summer? Kasi nag-brown out dito sa Navotas kahapon. Sobrang tagal. Init na ako. Ngayon ko ipapakita sa outfit ko. Ipapakilala ko na sa inyo yung pet ko bago ko tawagin yung special guests natin. Tingnan niyo dali. Okay, papakita ko na. In 1, 2, 3. Hi! Meet Cam! The most behaved beagle of all time. Ayan, di ba? Stuffed toy. Shoutout sa Blue Magic. Oo, nag-press 1 yung Blogapalooza. Pressing 1. Blue Magic, pakipadala na lang ako ng mga bagong naalagaan. Pero ngayon, marami po tayong makikita ng mga inaalagaan talaga ng special guests natin. Maya-maya ay makikita natin sila. But for the meantime, para magkaroon kayo ng idea kung sino ba at kung ano ang mga pag-uusapan natin ngayon at sino magiging special guests natin ngayon, buti na lang may papakita ko sa inyo, BlogaFam. Para alam niyo naman, di ba? Malakas kayo sa akin. So bago natin sila tawagan, let's all watch this.
We're here at the Bacolod City Pound today, and today is Rescue Day. So basically right now, I think the number is around 40 plus. We have 40 plus dogs impounded here at the pound, but we can only take in around 20 because basically it's a ruling, like if the dogs are impounded here at the pound, they have to stay here for at least 3 days, just in case the owner comes here to redeem the dogs. So that's why we can't take the dogs yet. So we're taking in around 20 dogs today. So we have volunteers today. These are some of our volunteers, and we're very grateful to have them to come over here and help us with the rescue operation. So basically, we have 1, 2, 3, I think 8 cells inside. Basically how one cell in the pound looks like. So it's a 1 by 1 meter cell, and it could, well, sometimes it fits more than 10 dogs. I have my friend here, Annie, who came all the way from Bali. She's here actually for some days and she's committed to volunteer.
It was super overwhelming to go to the pound. I didn't know what to expect. I saw all these dogs in a small area, and yeah, it's quite sad and emotional. You see the pain in their eyes and the fear and the distress, and they don't know what to expect. Their ears are down, and I feel like so many times like they're longing for a pet, but they don't know what to expect. And then I saw the process of them getting removed from there. They're all yelping and crying and fearful. And then coming here, the environment is totally different. Like, it's beautiful, it's bright, it's natural environment from here. I think the hardest is when they get out of the car and they walk down here to their new home. But then once they're settled, I see their look in their face and they're much calmer and just at peace.
And then when I found out about the dog space, I said, since we don't have any concrete plans yet, you want to rescue the dog, we think, because for sure there's probably going to be more than enough space for everything. Without a second thought, she said, yes, Manang Jen. And I didn't know until she told me that it was in her yearbook that she always wanted to have a dog shelter. And on the third day since their rescue, she was able to put up structures and fences for the dog.
Shelter, it's impactful, it's gonna change your perspective and it's gonna bring more gratitude into your life. I would get emotional just to talk about it, like I have to pause a little bit. And even if you can't volunteer your time, if you can't physically come here, check out the Instagram page, it's PAWSsion Project, you know, see what everyone's doing and share the page, promote the page, volunteer, donate, sponsor, any little thing helps and it's greatly appreciated, none of it goes unnoticed. It's worth the time just to give back a little bit. It's a little bit for us, but it means a lot to the community here and the dogs here.
You know those thoughts in your head that you keep thinking about, one day you want to do this, one day you want to do this? Well, my message is, you know, don't think, just do it. And it's a slogan now, I know, of some products to just do things, but here's Malou, here are people who actually just did it. And all the results are pretty good. We couldn't be happier.
For those that are dog lovers but don't know how to help, there are a lot of ways. You can adopt, you can foster, you can sponsor, you can donate, you can volunteer, and at the very least, you can advocate and educate. Just let people know the right way to do things and how to act.
PAWSsion Project, we need volunteers. And we also need a major benefactor, and that is for our outdoor enclosure, because the mission for us here is to make our dogs roam around freely without any leashes. So what we're trying to help here is to make them be a dog again by introducing them with people around them, petting them, feeding them, talk to them softly. Please do come and support our PAWSsion Project. And we are still going to continue rescuing more dogs in the future. So please support us and be a part of it and take the journey with us with our Aspen Rescue dogs. Thank you.
There you have it, BlogaFam. We are gonna talk to our friends, our very, very lovely friends from PAWSsion Project. Grabe, just watching the video, talagang there are so many ways how we can help sa mga dog lovers dyan, sabi nga nila sa video, di ba? And we are also gonna provide links sa comment section natin, and I'm so excited to bring out our guests tonight. Makausap na natin, pero para sa lahat ng hindi pa po nakakaalam, PAWSsion Project Foundation is a Philippines-based animal rescue group that is committed to rescuing, rehabilitating, and rehoming animals. Established in 2018, today, they have two shelters, one in SJTM Bulacan and one in Victorias Negros Occidental. And for tonight, may mga makakasama tayong guests from PAWSsion Project. First, syempre makakasama natin ang founder. We have Miss Malou Perez.
Hi, Blogapalooza fam. Buddy, say hi!
Hello! Hi, Miss Malou! Ayan, kasama ni Miss Malou ay bagong friend niya. Kanina hindi namin siya nakita sa backstage. Ang nakita namin sa backstage kanina ay si Don Charlie. Sino yung katabi mo ngayon, Miss Malou?
Don Charlie, you say hi first. Charlie, say hi!
Hello, Don Charlie! Ayan, super cute!
First batch sila na rescues from the Bulacan Pound. Mga OGs ng Bulacan.
Yes, mga OGs. And thank you so much, Miss Malou, na ginagawa mo yan. Nasabi ko din yun kanina sa backstage. Saludo talaga ako sa'yo. And hello sa friends natin dyan. To our past friends. Mag-hi ka din, Cam. Dali! Hi, buddy! Hi, buddy! Ayan. At hello, buddy! At ngayon, makakasama namin ni Miss Malou. Ngayon, samahan tayo dito sa ating virtual stage. Let's call on the Rescue Operations Committee Lead of PAWSsion Project. We have Miss Elena Bantigue. Hi, Miss Elena. I think you're on mute, Miss Elena. Hello, Miss Elena.
Hi! Hello, BlogaFam! Hello, Malou! Hello, Erica!
Hello!
Naggaganda ng guests natin ngayong gabi. At ayan, may friend din si... Bata na yung friend na katabi ni Miss Elena. Pero kanina, pinakita niya din sa amin yung dog niya. Ayan. Super exciting. Kamusta po kayo bago natin mga pag-uusapan natin ngayong gabi? Kamusta po kayo, Miss Malou and Miss Elena? Ano pong pinagkakabisihan nyo bukod sa PAWSsion Project ngayon pong quarantine? How have you been ngayong pandemic? Kamusta po kayo? Let's start with Miss Malou. How are you, Miss Malou?
Well, thank God we're still alive and healthy. But yeah, other than, I don't know, like our whole lives have been very much devoted to the rescues actually, this whole quarantine. And like what I always said, this has been the busiest period of my life, but the most productive nonetheless. So yeah, when you ask me how I am, I'm okay. I'm more inspired actually and motivated to help our furry friends. And as usual, busy with the dogs and the cats.
Thank you so much, Miss Malou. Isa din yan sa mga pinaka-fulfilling na pakiramdam, yung maging busy ka sa mga alaga. Thank you. How about you, Miss Elena? How are you?
Hi. This pandemic has brought so many emotions and, challenges. But I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I'm juggling my 2 kids, and actually my panganay is my husband. So he acts like a kid basically with all the mess and everything. So I have 3 kids and a dog. So yun, that's what keeps me busy mostly. And yun, when I started PAWSsion, it's just become the busiest as well, but the most fulfilling at that.
Yes. Thank you so much. This is very close to our hearts. Grabe itong episode na to. So maraming salamat po na napaunlakan nyo kami. Thank you so much. So ngayon, umpisahan na natin ang mga chikahan natin for our BlogaFam na nanonood. And of course, BlogaFam, if you have any questions, if may mga gustong mag-donate, tumulong, mag-comment lang kayo, huwag kayong mahiya. Basahin natin yan mamaya, akong bahala sa inyo. And of course, we are posting links sa comment section. But now, pag-usapan na natin ang PAWSsion Project. So, paano nga po ba nagsimula ang PAWSsion Project? And para sa mga hindi po nakakaalam, what kind of work do you do there? Sige, let's start with Miss Malou.
Yeah, so there, as you've seen in the video earlier, we started with Pound Rescue Operations. So the video that was shown earlier was this Pound Rescue operation that we did. That was October of 2019. So it all started with a single Facebook post.
And I cannot reiterate enough, like, how powerful social media is if used properly. Again, I was just like everyone else. I've always been a dog lover. I grew up a dog lover, but I wasn't even a hardcore animal advocate for that matter. Like, just the regular dog lover, the when you see happy posts of animals and dogs and cats on Facebook and then you share it, and then when you see animal cruelty and suffering, it breaks your hearts, but most often you just skip the video kasi nga, di ba, parang ayaw natin na ganon. Like, it's painful, pero we can't really. I think my takeaway really with the whole PAWSsion Project advocacy was, before, ganun talaga, like, naawa tayo, but we don't really do so much about it. Diba? It's just up until there. So when the opportunity came, that I was given the chance to save the dogs, yun nga, as mentioned din kanina sa video, it has always been a dream of mine to put up a dog shelter. But, just like all our other dreams, di ba minsan, parang we realize, we dream about things, but we don't do so much about it. Di ba? Hanggang dream lang siya. So, I've always wanted to put up a dog shelter, but I never really did something about it. Kasi at the end of the day, it's such a big responsibility. A dog shelter is a dog shelter. You're helping creatures who can never speak up for themselves. So, when the opportunity came, when I saw the post about 50 dogs on death row, and again, scheduled to be killed by gunshot, just the usual euthanasia that we all know, when I learned about it, I shared the post. But it was just up until there, in the beginning. Kasi yun nga, di ba, 50 dogs, saan ko sila ilalagay, di ba? Hindi ko naman sila pwedeng ipulso. So, when I shared the post, my life went on. After a day or two, I was contacted by a family friend, Manang Jen, the one in the video that you saw. She contacted me and told me, I saw this post about these dogs on death row. We were actually planning to put up an Airbnb business in the farm where the Victoria shelter is. And then she told me, since we don't have any concrete plans yet and we have more than enough space, are you willing to take in the dogs? And I don't know, without any experience of how a dog shelter is being run, zero knowledge of rescuing, I just said yes. It was the craziest yes of my life, but it has been the most life-changing ever. And I'm so glad I said yes to it. So I said yes to the opportunity since she offered the farm. And I can clearly remember the dogs were scheduled to be killed by gunshot on a Tuesday. I shared and said yes to the post on a Saturday. So imagine kung gaano ka konti lang yung window of prepare everything. The farm was really nothing that you can use as a shelter kasi it was an abandoned place. So, I went to the farm Sunday to have it fixed. Pinaputol yung lahat ng mga sobrang thick na grass, nagpatayo ng unang kennel. Monday, went to the pound, and even, almost 3 years now, every time I think of it, my heart still breaks into pieces. I remember standing next to the grave where the dogs were supposed to be buried. Tapos kita mo talaga yung itsura ng mga dogs na umiiyak, humihingi ng tulong. And it was my first time ever to go inside the pound. Parang ang dami ko talagang realizations, di ba? I've always been a dog lover, pero parang never akong nagka-courage na pumunta ng pound. Never akong nagtanong kung ano bang realidad ng mga stray animals. Never ko nalaman na may mga pound pala na nag-exist. So when I was there, wala. Parang alam mo yung gusto mong mawala ka na lang sa scenario, but you can't because you have to help them. I wanted to break down, but I was telling myself, huwag kong umiyak dyan kasi paano mo sila masisave, di ba? Pag iiyak ka. I can clearly remember one dog who was really, alam mo yung talagang mamamatay na siya because nagsistrangle na yung makeshift na ginagamit ng mga pound. Kasi yun nga, that's a sad reality here in the Philippines. Our pounds really don't get enough budget. Naman yung proper facilities, many of the pounds here are operational na hindi nga pumapasa sa guidelines ng BAE. So, muntik na talaga mamatay yung dog kasi syempre, the manner of getting dogs from the streets here in the Philippines is really awful. It's very bad. Parang Hindi yung dahan-dahan na
Sa pilitan talaga.
yung iba ni-net. Minsan parang mas okay pa nga yung net, di ba? Yung iba yung makeshift lang na pagkuha ng dog. So, syempre nasasakal sila. So, can you imagine what these dogs have felt na unti-uting sila nilalabas doon sa mga kennels when we did the rescue? Hindi nila naintindihan na i-rescue sila eh. So, meron iba pumapalag kasi nasa isip nila, mamatay na sila. So I wanted to break down, but I was distracting myself because I was telling myself, no, we have to move forward. We have to get the dogs out of here. Huwag kang umiyak dyan. So, my feelings were suppressed during that time. And it was, I think a month later until I went into depression. Kasi nga, nonstop. After we did the rescue operation, I got reports every day, and my life changed after that first rescue operation. I got so many messages. The team now knows how crazy our inbox is. Now you have to be mentally and emotionally strong for you to be able to manage the messages that we got. So yun nga, that's how it all started. All just because of a single Facebook post that I shared and eventually said yes to. And of course, all by God's grace talaga lahat. Kasi diba, as I mentioned, I have zero knowledge of how a shelter is being run. It was not even until a year later when I set up PAWSsion Project. Doon pa lang ako nag-start na nagnood ng mga videos ng mga shelter. Doon pa lang ako nag-start. Like, I would watch mga posts ni Cesar Milan. But alam mo yung hindi mo naman talaga pinag-aaralan how to train dogs or anything. Like, everything comes naturally. So, that's what I tell people. The PAWSsion Project started because of a single Facebook post. I said yes to. It was a dream in my heart that God planted, and that He's been guiding me all these years. So parang I've always thought this is a God-given mission. So yun nga, it was also mentioned by Manang Jen in the video earlier. Na, sometimes we have thoughts in our heads and we have dreams in our life, but sometimes all we have to do is just do it. Diba? No matter how.
Huwag na isipin.
You have to start something. You have to start somewhere. And bahala na. If it's meant for you, then, things are just gonna happen. So yeah, that's right. Power of social media. Social media when used and done right, it can really do wonders.
Yes, super powerful talaga ng social media. And magiging mas powerful lang yan ng magiging mas powerful. So, dapat sa tama talaga natin siya gamitin. And there you have it, BlogaFam. Single Facebook post lang nagsimula ang PAWSsion Project. So, again, nililink namin yung PAWSsion Project sa comment section natin. So, if you have anything that you want to ask, kung gusto nyo sila i-message, ayan, you can donate to PAWSsion Project by visiting the website. Nandito nakikita nyo sa screen and nasa comment section din natin. Andito na si Don Charlie. Ayan. Para makasave tayo ng mas marami pang dogs kagaya ni Don Charlie, BlogaFam. At dahil napag-usapan na natin ang power ng social media, I think we can also use this now that we are here on social media. Do you have any ongoing projects or advocacies po that you can share with us? Let's start with Miss Elena naman. Let's talk to Miss Elena naman. Miss Elena, naka-mute ka pa.
Hi.
Ayan.
Actually, we have a lot of initiatives at PAWSsion, because we were into animal welfare. It's not just one thing. We wanna tackle the problem, our stray problem here comprehensively. So one would be our stray feeding program. We have our spay and neuter programs. We have our relief drives. We have what do you call that? When we have we have rescue operations as well. What else? So those are some of our adoption drives, which is very important in our advocacy actually, because we can't take in more rescues if we don't get to rehome them. So those so stray feeding, we do our spay and neuter, because that's one critical solution to our problem here, because most of our strays are just left for death out in the streets by their owners. And because of that irresponsible pet ownership, these dogs are, left to, for survival. They rummage for food. They get infected with rabies because they interact with, lots of rats. We have a lot of rats here in our country, and that's how actually it gets spread to stray dogs. So we want to get as many dogs out of the streets as possible for a healthier community, because if we help our stray animals, there will be less rabies infections.
Yes.
Our kids are gonna be safer. You'll have peace of mind when you're walking around your village or in your town. So there's lots of things that we want to actually educate our general public about, and so those are some of our initiatives at PAWSsion.
Alright. Thank you so much, Miss Elena. May gusto ka bang idagdag, Miss Malou, sa mga minention po ni Miss Elena?
Yun. So generally, those are just some of the many projects we have. Parang, yung nga sabi ko earlier, ito yung busiest period of our lives. So, yun, we rescue, we rehabilitate, and then we rehome animals. Kasi we have always admitted that rescuing is not the solution. It's just a band-aid solution. And I cannot reiterate enough how gaano kadami yung stray animals in the Philippines. We have around 13 million strays in the country. So yun, FYI po sa lahat na nag-message sa amin na nagpaparescue. Gustuhin man po namin, hindi po talaga natin kayang ma-rescue lahat-lahat. And I'd like to reiterate what Elena said earlier. And that's why we're also focusing our efforts towards spay and neuter na mga programs. And guys, it's very expensive. As much as you want every city and to every every place possible, we also have to raise funds for it, because every time we host free spay and neuter programs, it's not for free. PAWSsion Project covers
Medicine.
of course the medicines. We also give allowances to the vets. We're grateful for our vets who volunteer their services for free, but the medicines are not for free. So spay and neuter is really one of our top most priority, and that's why you cannot see us na rescue lang. For us, we also want to promote not just responsible pet ownership, but also responsible rescuing. And we hope, this reaches all of the rescuers and shelters in the country. The Philippines is blessed with a lot of passionate rescuers and animal lovers. So we have to educate everyone na it's very important na responsible rescuing dapat. Hindi pwede na mag-rescue lang kasi hindi sila nakaka-vaccine and nakakapon, so dumadami lang sila ulit dun sa kung saan man sila nalalagay, or mag-rescue tayo tapos hindi sila na-check up, tapos maghawaan ng mga sakit, tapos mamatay lang. So all of the efforts go to waste. Again, hands down to all of the dedicated animal lovers and rescuers. But it doesn't end with rescuing. That's just day one. And this is really why we want to promote responsible pet ownership, responsible rescuing, spay and neuter. And yun, we also take pride sa aming stray feeding program. Yun talaga, sobrang hope in humanity talaga that project of ours. And I know so many people have been feeding strays na also even before the pandemic. But we're just proud that during the lockdown, in a period of our lives where, everyone felt so down, where everyone, a lot of people were losing jobs, God gave us the opportunity and God gave us the resources and the blessings to, feed thousands of stray animals for months. We were able to employ workers who lost their jobs na mga animal lovers para tulungan kami na mag-feed ng strays. We have been also helping out mga homeless people also. So we want people to know na just because we are animal advocates doesn't mean we do not care about people. When we do rescue operations and we do stray feeding, we also see a lot of homeless people And it breaks our hearts na kung kaya lang po talaga namin tulungan lahat-lahat, we'll do it. But again, nothing comes for free when you rescue an animal or a human being for that matter. So, other than that also, we really want to fix the root of the problem. And,
Yes.
we want to be able to work hand in hand with a lot of LGUs and the government na ayusin yung law natin. So many people have been requesting, sana magkaroon na po ng law or ang batas para sa mga, if we already have one, it's just that it's not properly implemented. It's just that may mga problema lang sa law natin na kailangan ayusin. And as much as we want to fix the law, we're just a non-government organization, non-profit organization, and we can only do so much. That's why we need everyone's help to advocate for us. Don't skip posts of animal cruelty that you see online. Share it. If you are friends with a mayor or a governor or a senator, tell them about the reality of stray animals. Tell them we need your help. Hindi po natin kayang baguhin na tayo lang. We need the help of the government and the senators to help us fix the problem. So, yun po yung mga priority. And those are the projects that we have. We want to be able to solve it na comprehensive. Hindi po talaga mamatay na tayong lahat. Hindi po natin kaya ma-rescue lahat ng mga stray animals. Gustuhin man natin.
And there are so many ways that we can do BlogaFam. Gaya nga ng sabi ni Miss Malou, sobrang powerful ng social media. Yung konting share nyo, hindi nyo alam kung sino yung maaabot niyan. So, as much as we can share, let's share. Lahat ng kaya natin i-share. And again, we can always donate. At speaking of donate, we can also do a lot of stuff. Pwede kayo mag-message sa PAWSsion Project kung may mga questions kayo, gusto nyo malinawan. I'm sure they'd be glad to help you, to help us, all of us. And of course, they also have adoption events and their Shop for a Cause project. So their Shop for a Cause project lets businesses who want to help animals in need in their own way by having fundraisers or sharing their profits to PAWSsion Project. So yung mga ganun na simpleng bagay, malaki ang matutulong, malayo ang mararating. And since napag-uusapan na rin natin yung nagiging hirap ng operations and lalo ngayong pandemic, Miss Malou and Miss Elena, I'm sure mas naging doble yung hirap ng operations natin sa PAWSsion Project. Paano siya nabago ngayong pandemic? Just so magka-idea din yung BlogaFam natin kung paano nangyayari yung operations natin, kung ano yung mga naging changes, ano yung mga naging sacrifice, para we also know how to help sa ganong...
Of course, number one really, especially during the lockdown, it was harder for us to do all the rescue operations and the relief drives because of the lockdown. But we're just grateful, and I really would like to acknowledge the help of Kong Ronnie Ong. So he's our ally in Congress. So he's been very helpful with, helping us with the permits so that we can distribute relief goods and dog food and cat food to all of the other furry friends in need. But yeah, at the end of the day, we're also resilient despite the pandemic. Yun nga, di ba? Like the online platform has been so powerful. I remember we did the International Homeless Animals Day celebration last year, August yun. We were able to put up an online event for 1 week. We were able to put up an online concert also. So, di ba, even without us seeing each other physically, talagang dami na pwedeng gawin sa gusto natin. And nga, the online platforms, different online platforms are here to help raise awareness and educate people. Pero yun nga, we have to admit it. Siyempre, naramdaman namin yung hirap financially kasi, donors are also losing sources of income, nawawalan din ng trabaho yung iba. Pero, yun, I would always tell everyone, PAWSsion Project is really a testimony that, God is with us in this mission. Kasi kahit yung mga araw na hirap ka na, feeling mo bukas parang gusto mo nang i-close yung PAWSsion kasi baka wala ka na mapakain sa kanila. May mga dumadating talaga na blessings. Kasi yun nga, when you rescue the voiceless animals, yung blessings talaga na bumabalik sa'yo, grabe, 10,000 fold.
Yeah, 10,000 fold.
Yeah, it may not be in the form of money, but like me, I can vouch for it. Like my whole family has been healthy the whole pandemic. We've never gotten sick. And because we're physically healthy, we're able to do our job still. We're still able to help animals in need. So, and God sees it. You know, the people who have always followed their advocacies have always seen our heart and our soul talaga in doing this whole project. And, you know, the volunteers that we have in PAWSsion Project, we all were able to put up this team during the pandemic because everyone's locked into their houses. So I'm so glad na, you know, if hindi nangyari yung pandemic, baka hindi ko din na-meet yung team, di ba? Because, you know, at some point, I think we also feel like, I would admit, sometimes, feeling ko nga parang Wonder Woman ako, na, di ba, parang kahit pagod na pagod ka na, gusto mong gawin talaga lahat. And yun, because of the pandemic, it was harder for me to do a lot of things, and that's when we finally were able to open PAWSsion Project to more volunteers. And I'm so glad that I was able to meet them na like the best support group ever. Na di ba minsan gusto mo na lang talagang mag-breakdown, pagod na pagod ka na, tapos you really want to help a lot of animals in need, but you just can't because of limited resources. Here comes all of these like-minded people, all the volunteers who share the same passion with me for the animals. So, yun, you know, with all of us helping each other and supporting each other, we're still alive. We're still alive and kicking, and we're happy that we're able to inspire more and more people to do their own way to help the animals kahit papano, kasi hindi po namin to kaya na kami lang. We need to educate and inspire more people to be a part of this advocacy para mas madami po yung matulungan natin. So,
you inspire us all, Malou. My gosh. You're the
Wonder Woman talaga.
Yes. That's why we're here. That's why we volunteered, all of us. It's because of you. You know, because you inspire us all. You showed us how, you know, how we can channel our love for animals that we never knew we could. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yun naman sa akin.
Thank you, Miss Malou.
I never really thought na kaya ko to. Pero yun nga, every day, you know, when you look at the faces of these animals, how can you just stop, di ba? Parang just seeing our rescues live their best lives, and share ko na lang din, like si Loki, he was a rescue from Makati Sower. Imagine, galing siya sa Imburnal, ngayon living his best life in Canada. Parents. So we hold on to all of those little victories. There may be, ang daming araw na gusto mo nang mag-give up, but a little moment of trying to look back on all of the good things that you've done to change the lives of these animals. At the end of the day, one dog is still one life. One cat is still one life. So, ang daming moments na discourage ka na, but like, yun nga, just look back kung anong mga nagawa mo. I mean, you know, Buddy and Charlie, they both would have been dead right now if they were not rescued in the pound. So it's so life-changing. Minsan feeling, yun nga, again, I thank the team for, you know, continuously reminding me of that. So, nakaka-happy lang, di ba? Na kahit hirap tayo, ang dami pala natin kayang gawin pag ginusto natin. And if we all just work together, ang dami natin kayang
Even just online.
Yes, even just online.
It's very powerful na talaga yung panahon natin ngayon. We can do so much. At ako, naririnig ko pala yung story mo, Miss Malou, grabe. Tama yung mga nakikita ko sa comment section kanina. Your story is very inspiring. At sabi mo nga kanina, feeling mo si Wonder Woman ka. Kami na talaga nagsasabi, si Wonder Woman ka talaga. Palitan mo na si Maring Gal Gadot doon, sinasabi ko sa'yo. And kanina mo pa rin nire-reiterate, di ba, na God has been giving you so much blessings para matulungan yung mga aso. And I want to be able to say this to you, na you are also God-sent. Can attest to that. Kahit narinig ko pa lang yung stories, you are God-sent. Kaya naliligtas yung mga animals natin. Kaya nagagawa yung mga ganitong PAWSsion Project. Dahil sa mga taong kagaya mo, sa mga taong may puso kagaya nyo, nila Miss Elena. So thank you so much. And I'm sure sa mga BlogaFam natin na nanonood, hopefully, marami-rami din talaga na, alam mo yun, naghihintay lang sila ng sign, naghihintay lang sila ng paano ba sila makakapagsimula? What are the ways that they can do? So, kung pwede po natin i-share sa BlogaFam natin kung ano yung mga different ways that they can try to help PAWSsion Project or just to help animals or any cause na ganito, ano yung mga pwede nila gawin even in the simplest of their ways?
Well, for PAWSsion Project, we have this tagline na ito nga, there are many ways to help. So first is adopt. We cannot emphasize enough how we need more adopters kasi yun nga, 13 million strays in need of homes in the country. We cannot rescue them all, but we can give them a chance and give them a home by adopting one. If you cannot adopt one, then you can foster. PAWSsion Project needs a lot of fosterers kasi I want people to understand na rescuing is very hard, especially when you're rescuing a stray. Syempre, wala kang kaalam-alam sa background nila, di ba? The stray may look healthy, but when you bring the dog to the vet, ipatest mo yan, ang dami palang sakit. So, again, responsible rescuing entails making sure that the dog will not infect other dogs in the shelter or hindi siya makawa din kung meron kayong currently nire-rehabilitate sa shelter. Ito yung mga bagay na hindi natin talaga actually iiwasan kasi may mga virus talaga na biglang after 10 days, surprise, I'm alive. So, and that's why we need fosterers. As much as possible, sana after na ma-rescue, kung kailangan pa ma-observe ng dog, dapat mapunta sana siya sa fosterer. So, guys, if you cannot commit to adopt or a lifetime na responsibility, you can still help by fostering. And if you cannot foster and you have the means and the resources, you can donate. And donation is not limited to financial help. You can donate land. Diba? Hindi daw kayo. Pero biglang magpa-donate ng land.
Lupa.
Yeah, if you have a land on standby or a land that's not being used, then maybe you can donate it to be used as a shelter. Because, shelters are supposed to be like a good environment and it should be spacious enough for the dogs to run around. Di pwede na, free roaming sila dapat. If you go visit our shelters, our dogs are free roaming. The dogs that are in kennels are just the new ones that are still under observation, but our dogs are free roaming and then we take pride in that kasi they deserve it. I mean, you cannot rescue a dog and then just leash it or cage it. Nirescue mo pa siya. Minsan,
ganun din naman.
like ako, ang dami namin nakukuhang mga messages na nagpaparescue ng aso. But we always explain na, we do not have enough space at the shelter right now. And ako nga mismo, founder ng PAWSsion Project, hindi ko nga ma-rescue lahat ng pinapakain ko sa daan, di ba? Because you cannot just rescue them kasi i-cage mo lang din naman sila pala, di ba? Kasi wala ka ng space. So, there, if you have land that you can donate, then feel free to, send us a message. Maybe we can do something about it. You can also donate in kind. So, maybe if you have businesses that yung mga products niyo pwedeng magamit sa shelter like rice or your supplier of meat or mga disinfectants, things like that, you can reach out to us and help also. Or if you have mga medicines, vitamins, or even the DIY na mga bagay-bagay na pwedeng ma-donate sa shelter. So the DIY dog beds, DIY cat condos, something that you can actually get your kids involved with and para maging creative din sila. So I invite parents also na, kung meron kayo dyan mga lumang mga tires na hindi na ginagamit, get your kids involved, let them paint the tires and then put their names on it and you can send them over to the shelter and then we can use that as a dog bed. And of course, more importantly, you can volunteer. There's so many ways that you can volunteer and we get people messaging us na ang layo po namin sa shelter sa Bulacan. Again, our team, we all met each other via online lang. Hindi ko pa na-meet silang lahat-lahat but we've already done so much during this pandemic. So, guys, you don't have to go to the shelter to volunteer. You can volunteer to be a part of the adoption committee. You can be a part of the rescuing committee. Pwede kang mag-help mag-rescue dyan sa area ninyo because PAWSsion Project cannot be everywhere. You can also volunteer to visit the dogs that are confined in vets. For me, this is very, very important. Hindi pwede i-rescue lang sila kasi hindi sila binibisita sa vet. Emotional support is everything. So, if merong dog na naka-confined na malapit na, sa vet na malapit sa area mo, if you have time, maybe you can visit and, just send a little love and encouragement to the dog that's confined. And to the Blogapalooza fam, guys, we need your help in creating, educational materials, so that we can let the people know kung ano yung talaga yung mga facts and all of the other tips to become responsible pet owners. And we wanna be able to grow our YouTube channel. We have a lot of content, but we don't have video editors. We need more photographers and editors. Ang dami po talaga naming mga content.
Material.
We don't have enough resources. We don't have enough time to put them all together. So maybe you guys here on the Blogapalooza fam can help us.
Yes, and yung mga gusto rin mag-volunteer, baka kung hindi kayo
Yes.
makapunta doon sa mga lugar, you can also do the online work. You can also do
Yes.
that.
Yes, we have Zoom meetings every now and then para ma-discuss kung ano mga pwedeng gawin. Basta ang dami, the opportunities to volunteer and all of the other ways to volunteer is really
Endless.
And if you cannot volunteer, everyone can advocate. Again, PAWSsion Project started with me having to share a post, and then a friend saw it, and then she offered the farm. So never underestimate the power of advocating. Yung mga simpleng post na educational, you share it. You'll never know kung sino din sa mga kaibigan mo sa Facebook, sa Instagram na makakita. And then ma-realize, ay, biglang konsensya, di ba? Pinakawalan yung aso na naka-cage kasi nakita na hindi pala okay. Or even the simple ways of talking to your neighbor, your friends, your family that, hey, kailan yung last na vaccination ng aso mo? Yung iba hindi na alam, every year yon. Yung simple ways like that actually can help save a life. So never ever underestimate the power of advocating. So there's so many ways to help talaga. Sobrang dami. We also have a website na they can visit and they can also, help us with. Ang dami po namin gustong gawin, ang dami namin plano, pero sobrang limited yung resources and manpower. So hopefully, this will be an avenue na for people to know what we're doing and reach out to us to help.
Yes, and we are so glad na makatulong din na hopefully we can spread the word BlogaFam. Again, na-mention na ni Miss Malou, you can always visit the website. And na-mention niya na rin yung mga ways na pwede natin gawin para makatulong in any way that we can. And before I let you guys go, saan po namin kayo pwede i-follow? Saan po namin kayo pwede contact? Saan namin pwede makita lahat ng projects nyo? Ongoing projects, yung mga plans, lahat na po ng kailangan nyo din pong i-plug. Bibigyan ko po kayo ng Miss Universe moment. Let's take this opportunity, Miss Malou. Saan namin kayo pwede i-follow?
Sige, Elena, go ahead and promote our...
Oh, nako.
Yes, go Miss Elena.
We're on Instagram, PAWSsion Project. We're also on Facebook, PAWSsion Project PH. We're also on Laika.
.org.ph. Yeah,
Our website, .org.ph na siya. Because before it's only PAWSsionProject.ph. Now our website is PAWSsionProject.org.ph. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're also on Laika, we are on TikTok. What else? I think
Twitter.
that's it. Twitter. YouTube, yes. There.
Yes.
With which we need help in doing editorials.
Yes.
Yes, and sa lahat ulit ng gusto mag-volunteer, BlogaFam, kung may mga creatives dito and you wanna help and hindi kayo makapunta sa site, hindi kayo makapunta physically, you can always help sa pag-produce. Yes, sa pag-produce ng material so we can educate more people. Is there anything you'd like to add, Miss Malou?
Yeah, you guys can head on over to the website talaga. It's PAWSsionProject.org.ph. So the addresses of the shelter are there. The donation details, like a little backgrounder about PAWSsion Project, the dogs for adoption and for sponsorship. Yung pala I forgot na those who cannot adopt can also sponsor a dog. Kasi we have right now more than 500 rescues already. So you can just imagine how costly it is to sustain the needs of our rescues. So you can help by sponsoring one. It's just 1,000 pesos per month to help us with the needs of the dogs. And then you get a certificate. So it's virtually adopting a dog. And then you can get an update on the dog or the cat that you like to sponsor. So just go to the website. All of the different ways to help is there. And I'd also would like to promote already. We haven't posted about it yet, but we'll have our first physical adoption drive this coming Saturday, June 5.
June 5.
Magnolias. I'm so happy. The first physical adoption drive since the lockdown started will be bringing 15 puppies and 5 cats on site. So they can just follow our pages and then we'll post more about it. But we're just so happy that we're getting the word out. And I also would like to take this opportunity already to thank all of you. Of course, thank you, BlogaFam, for having us. I also would like to thank our volunteers that are watching right now, the very supportive volunteers of PAWSsion Project.
Hello,
Thank you
team.
all. Yeah, hi team, hi fam. Thank you also to our caretakers, of course. We cannot be at the shelter every day, so the dogs are alive right now because we have caretakers feeding them, and our caretakers are also paid. So, of course, we also take pride. Now, while we're helping animals, we also help employ people. So, to our caretakers, thank you very much for taking care of the rescues. To all of the advocates, influencers, celebrities who have been following and promoting PAWSsion Project, sobrang thank you po talaga. If only our rescues can talk, then probably talk for hours. Just thank you for all the work that you do to help us get the word out. And I'd like to, just give a little encouragement to all of the other rescuers, all of the shelters. I know everyone's having such a hard time right now. Please remember, we can only do so much, everyone. We cannot save them all. We cannot rescue them all. Let's make sure to become responsible rescuers. To all of the LGUs watching, please tulungan niyo naman po yung animal welfare. Kailangan po namin yung tulong ninyo. We cannot do this on our own. Sana mabigyan ng budget. I know, the election season is coming already. So we're really hoping that we get more politicians who can look into animal welfare. Sana maraming politicians yung say sana yung mga kapitbahay dyan na mga sa pound na magpahuli ng mga animals that are just responsible to the deaths of these dogs that you want to get impounded. So, hindi kami nagsusugarcoat. Pounds catch and kill. There are only a few pounds in the country who would rehabilitate or make an effort to rehome the animals, but most of the pounds in the country catch and kill. So, at hindi pa nga yun na proper euthanasia sa lahat kasi walang enough na budget lahat ng pounds. So, other dogs in pounds are starved to death. Other dogs, are impounded sick. So, na-infect na yung ibang mga healthy dogs. So, hindi man sila namamatay sa euthanasia, pero hindi natin alam na namamatay sila doon dahil nagkakahawaan na sila ng sakit. So, no dog deserves to be in a pound ever. They really should not be there at all because these are just products of irresponsible pet ownership. These dogs are out there in the streets because people choose to buy instead of adopt. These dogs are out there because we do not have spay and neuter programs. I mean, di ba, kung naintindihan lang sana ng mga aso at pusa na dapat di na sila magbuntis para di na dumagdag sa problema, di ba? But that's why we're here. Because, that's why God created us. That's why binigyan tayo ng isip kasi tayo dapat mag-alaga sa kanila. So, to everyone also attacking animal welfare advocates, yung mga, we also get attacked. We get people telling us na ang daming mga taong nagugutom, bakit tinutulungan yung mga hayop. Again, these animals cannot buy food. They cannot go to the vet and, have themselves cured. And again, I'd like to reiterate it. Just because we're animal advocates doesn't mean we do not care about people. We cannot post all of the things that we do to help people because we're an animal welfare group. But I hope, let's not question any form of help, especially in this pandemic. Help is help, no matter what help you offer, no matter who you help. Let's just encourage people and let's all survive this crisis together. Kasi ang hirap na nga, tas mangbabash pa, or di ba, i-question pa yung ginagawa mo. So, let's just all help each other. Let's all help each other survive this crisis. And let us never ever forget the voiceless animals. Kasi yun nga, they can never speak up for themselves. Kung sana kaya lang nila na magpakupo ng sarili nila, or sana kung kaya lang nilang bumili ng pagkain, edi sana hindi sila nangangalkal ng basura, di ba? So, let's be kind to all kinds. Yun yung sinasabi namin lagi. Let's be kind to all kinds. If only people were kind to animals, then for sure, we'll live in a better world. We'll live in a better place. Kasi kung kaya, that's what we believe. Kung kaya ng tao maging mabait sa hayop, kaya mo maging mabait sa lahat. That's our goal. That's PAWSsion Project's goal. It's really to create a kinder environment for the animals, because we all should just coexist. Hindi po ginawa yung world para sa atin lang. Let's share this beautiful world with them also. So, and let's be kind to all kinds.
Wala na akong ibang madagdag. BlogaFam, lahat ng sinabi ni Miss Malou, kung hindi nyo pa naintindihan talaga, hindi ko na talaga alam. At doon sa mga, na-stress ako doon sa mga nag-hate sa mga animal welfare advocate. Ano mga problema yun sa buhay nyo. Pero sana, masasarap yung mga ulam nyo lagi. Nakakaloka kayo. Thank you so much, Miss Malou and Miss Elena, na pinaunlakan nyo po kami. I was so educated tonight.
Thank you, BlogaFam.
I'm sure maraming na-educate na BlogaFam. And again, BlogaFam, huwag nyo kalimutan, dalawin nyo lang yung website, pawssionproject.org.ph. Lahat ng kailangan nyo malaman, lahat ng mga gusto nyong suportahan, go. Doon natin makikita. And of course, feel free to message them on their social media accounts kung may mga questions kayo. Huwag kayong mahiya. Yes. And thank you so much talaga, Miss Malou and Miss Elena. Once again, BlogaFam, huwag natin kalimutan. That's pawssionproject.org.ph. Muli, ako po si Erica Lucas. And from the bottom of my heart, gusto ko magpasalamat sa lahat ng taong bumubuo ng PAWSsion Project. Mabuhay kayong lahat. And BlogaFam, sana masasarap ang mga ulam nyo ngayong gabi at araw-araw. Muli, ako po si Erica Lucas. Maniwala tayo sa law of attraction. Mata sa langit, pa sa lupa. Paalam. Bye, BlogaFam! Happy Friday and thank you so much, PAWSsion Project. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Rita. Bye!